Celebrating Black History Month. Sponsored by Eskenazi Health, McDonald's, Richard M. Fairbanks Foundation, and Bose McKinney & Evans.
As Wish TV celebrates Black history, we head to Indiana's first Freetown. Black Civil War veterans established the historic Norwood neighborhood on the southeast side of Indianapolis.
It's a testament to its founders' tenacity. News 8's multicultural reporter Katira Winfrey introduces us to descendants and community members dedicated to maintaining its history.
When Black Civil War veterans and freedmen founded Norwood in 1860, it carved out a safe space in the city near Fountain Square, and it stayed a self-maintaining town until the 1970s. Today, descendants still remain, sharing the history, hoping to hold on to the legacy. Freedmen were the first to walk the streets of Norwood, the legacy of it still rooted deep into the foundation.
My life, whole life.
At 93 years old, Flanora Frazier knows. Her grandfather, Sidney Pennick, was one of them.
He was in the war and things. I've heard my grandmother talk about that.
He joined the Civil War in an effort to help free his mother from slavery, eventually moving to Norwood and founding its first church, Pennick Chapel AME Zion Church.
It's hard to imagine. We didn't have much, but we were happy.
Back then, Frazier says, as a self-maintaining town, you came to rely on your neighbors for maintenance, guidance, food, and family.
Family. Every house was a part of your family, even though they not really kin, but that was the attitude.
She's one of the early puzzle pieces holding it all together, sharing what she knows with those here now, like Norwood Neighborhood Association President Brenda McAtee.
Flanora Frazier gave me all the docs. It's more than this, but I just organized. But she gave me this.
She moved here in 1969, just before the town merged with the city of Indianapolis. A year later, in 1970, they welcomed paved streets and sidewalks.
We have had our turn, and thank God that he's keeping us here. But we want to get this done to let the kids know, just like we're doing with this old history back when, we want them to know coming forward.
McAtee has been a voice of advocacy for the community since then.
I love what I'm doing. I love the neighborhood.
Spearheading improvement efforts alongside city leaders in order to maintain the neighborhood's historical integrity while building it up for the current generation.
We need to go forward, not backwards. So that is what we're doing. We're going forward to improve the neighborhood, to make it a neighborhood where people can come and feel comfortable.
She's been working alongside the Department of Metropolitan Development and the work they're doing to support the community. Lorenzo Giple is Deputy Director of Planning, Preservation, and Urban Design.
Norwood is a community that functioned as its own town for the longest time.
The histories of black and brown communities, Giple says, doesn't get the attention it deserves. But those stories are an important part of the fabric of Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, we know this for a fact, Indianapolis, and we believe also that Indiana only Freetown.
Applauding the tenacity of communities like this that grew despite the challenges of the day.
It was folks essentially saying, well, you don't want us, so we're going to take care of ourselves. But as the city grew, right, the resources became very, very limited, and it became to a point where you need access to us and we need access to you.
Working closely with people like McAtee, they've worked to expand protections through historical designations to limit what people can do in terms of demolition, while also supporting affordable housing options. A major concern as nearby Fountain Square is seeing growing displacement and gentrification.
There are active efforts, like I said, first of all, to protect the community. That is our number one priority. That is the number one thing that the community has asked for.
McAtee says the community has always been the focus, so the decisions that are made together.
I've always felt that this is a very rich neighborhood.
And she's hopeful to see what's next. As for Frazier, she knows the history and can be their guide.
Well, if you don't know where you came from, you might repeat it.
And the Neighborhood Association is finalizing plans to establish a new community center to expand access to resources and recreation. Reporting in Norwood, Katira Winfrey, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.